Welcome to First Down Sports. As always, I'm your host, Ray Dunn. Now, before I introduce the rest of the crew here tonight, I would be doing a huge disservice to my wife in the fact that tonight is our 5th year anniversary.
Wow.
And I'm running a podcast instead of having my wife out to dinner. So,
well, congratulations to you guys and
husband,
especially you, I guess.
I know.
And Ray's been on 3 marriages.
Don't. Yeah, but the other two they were crazy. But, don't worry.
Those are trial runs.
We
We're
got
going downhill. Okay,
we got everything planned out. She, this is why she's been around for 5 years. She's a great wife. All right. Sitting down at the end of the table is the one and only my brother Chris. Chris Dunn, how's it going?
How's it going, eh?
Also
Love my wife.
Sitting next to me is my co-host producer Andy Jardine.
Yo, living in sin.
living in sin. And at the back of the room, sound and audio, we've got my little brother Nick, Mr. Buffalo Sauce Dunn.
Hey,
He's so saucy.
He's so saucy. Maybe it should be Nick Saucy Dunn.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Nick Saucy Dunn. We're live here in Moncton from our locker room. Before we get going, we got to thank our sponsors. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think you get the point. You give yourself a Moose Light. This stuff's scary good.
So good. Scurry.
And if you're a sports team, an organization, whatever the case may be, you need hats, shirts, jackets. You go see our buddies, the Doyles.
I'll do it.
Doyle's Corporate Image.
Those rule.
Double date.
I know you're into
Double
that.
D.
Doyle. Brothers.
Lastly, if your kitchen sucks, and you know most likely it does,
It does.
make sure you go out and get
Probably.
yourself some done right buffalo sauce. This stuff is going to fix that kitchen up good.
Just fix your kitchen.
It's going to fix it up good. All right, we've got a hustle here, guys. Dayton history, all right?
Yep.
I found this little item in Dayton history. We're going back to 1912. All right?
Oh,
1912.
I got
okay?
this.
Now, this is a huge... In fact, I am going to write this down because I love this fact that I found.
Is it not already written down?
It is written down.
Wow, thank you. Because I was like, is someone going to call me?
Sorry.
Hold on. I
Sorry.
mean, I'm going to put it on social media.
All right,
okay?
cool.
I'm going to put it on social media.
All right.
On August 2nd, 1912, a guy by the name John McDermott
Okay.
wins the 18th U.S. Open. Guess where that U.S. Open took place?
In the U.S.
Good job, Nick. What city in the U.S.?
In
It's got to be Buffalo.
1912. The Country Club of Buffalo, New York.
All right.
Wow.
So we had a McDermott already started the winning tradition in Buffalo. And now we got our new head coach, McDermott,
Good
leading
try.
the Buffalo Bills. We're going to have another winner, McDermott, in
Playoffs!
Buffalo. There you go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
15 wins, Bills and Browns. You heard it here.
Sorry, I think that's a great stat.
That is a great
Bills,
stat.
Bills
I dig
Mafia
it.
is going to love this.
I
Gonna
do
love
like it.
a
Yep,
reach.
I like it.
All right, local sports. Real quick here, I want to tell you this is a huge shout out. Our New Brunswick junior boys team is playing in the Canadian Junior Boys Golf Championships in Kingston, Ontario. The team format was the first 2 days of the tournament, and New Brunswick tied for second place.
Wow.
After we
Nice.
just talked about how hard it is for New Brunswick to compete,
Nice.
right?
Nice.
They combined with a score of +1. They lost out to Alberta at even. They tied with Ontario. And just to give you an idea, BC and Quebec were at +7 and PEI's at +18.
Wow.
Okay.
Jeez.
So the
Good
whole
job,
tournament
boys.
was won at even. I like that.
One at even.
I like it.
Okay, these are junior
awesome.
kids, don't
Yeah,
forget.
that's fine.
okay?
I like it. Yeah.
Now, over the individual competition is over 4 days, and for the next 2 days, it's just based on the individuals. The team competition is done. We've got a local kid out of Fredericton, currently in first place. His name is Kelvin Ross. He's at -8. The
Wow.
next guy closest to him is at -1.
Wow.
Big.
So he's got a big lead heading into tomorrow, which is the 4th round.
Let's go, Calvin.
So I want to just send a big shout out to Kelvin Ross, Sam Reed out of Moncton, Stuart Earl out of Woodsman Point, and Mackenzie Clark also out of Fredericton. That makes up the team of 4 for Team New Brunswick.
Nice.
Great job by these guys.
Wow.
Very impressed.
Great job.
They are coached by the one and only Louis Melanson.
Oh, Louis.
Okay? I don't know if he's as good as our Troy Howe and Jeff Wood.
No,
but,
yeah, come on.
I mean, come on. But Louis Melanson carries a lot of weight with the junior golfers here in New Brunswick.
Nice.
Now, the last tip I want to talk about when it comes to local sports is the Moncton Mustangs. But rather than get into that now, we got a special guest coming on later in the show. Head coach Jason Terrace is going to sit down with us to talk about their championship run on the weekend.
Big J.
All right. So that's local sports. Now, I've been telling listeners to start preparing because everybody's starting to talk about their fantasy football drafts are right around the corner.
They are.
People are picking the dates now.
And speaking of fantasy, I just want to get this out of the way early in the show because I know some of you guys like to stop it a little bit early. But our pick'em pool that we've been teasing is now set up.
It's live.
It's live. CBS. We went no spreads with some weighted games. And all I need is your email address, and I will send you the invite. No questions asked. Come on. Take us on. You can't beat us, but you can take us on.
Let's go pick a pool. It's
Bring
up and
it.
running. No spreads. That's what I heard, right, Andy? No spreads?
No spread. So get a hold of me on Twitter, Facebook, however. Like if you click on First Down Sports on either one, you'll find my contact. Just get us your email somehow.
This is a rookie pool. It's
Yeah.
a rookie pool.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. I love it. All right, let's get into some fantasy talk right now. So we're going to tackle QBs and running backs this week. I say that kind of funny because we know Chris could never keep up with a QB or running back when he played football. So here we go. Our goal here tonight is we've all prepped our top 10s, plus we've come up with a sleeper and a bust. What we're going to do here tonight is we're going to build a First Down Sports top 10 list that we're going to be publishing out on social media. Okay? Now, this is going to be an interesting conversation because we may not all agree with who we have in certain slots. So let's see where this conversation goes. We're going to start on QBs. Andy, you've got the timer up and running. We're going to give, 15 minutes to each? Let's say 10 minutes to each. Maybe 15 minutes to each.
We'll give 15
division.
minutes each.
Okay, 15 minutes each.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Let's start off with the top 10 quarterbacks. I'll tell you who I've got selected at number 1, and we'll just go around the table. This is a round table discussion.
Yeah.
You guys know who I've got listed at number 1.
I'd be surprised if it's not who I'm thinking.
It's Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. What do you guys think about number 1?
I have to agree with you on Rodgers. It was really, it was a no-brainer. There was only one player that even had a chance to compete. And no, I'm with you on Rodgers.
Okay, Chris?
I agree. Rodgers is right up there. He can run it in. He can pass. He's double threat.
Double threat. Nick, any feedback at the back of the room?
None.
I love hockey.
I was gonna say Brady myself. I hate him.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if you caught that, but under his breath, he's going to say, don't check with me on any more. I'm not going to have anything.
If it's NHL talk, I'm in.
All right.
All the way.
Okay, let's go to position number 2. Andy, I'm going to throw it to you. You lead us in position number 2.
The timeless and ageless one, Mr. Tom Brady, is number 2. Let's hope let's hope this is it for him. But
Now, this is total stats.
Absolutely.
Right? This is stats and hope it. Okay,
absolutely.
Tom Brady.
Tom
Chris,
Brady.
what do you got?
No, there's a lot of media saying that this guy expect a drop. He can't do the same thing that he did previous year. But I don't believe it. I saw a lot of good stuff in him. Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm Matty Ryan too. I got Matty Ryan as my number 2.
Right. So Matt Ryan was almost my bust, just in terms of expectations. So, I very much disagree with you guys, and we'll leave it at that, I guess. But I don't with an offensive coordinator coming from college, with the changes that they're going to make. I don't know. I don't even think he was the number 2 quarterback in fantasy last year. So fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you guys, but I'm not on side with that one.
Now, just so you know, I got Jamie Eisenberg here from CBS up in front of me. Out of all fantasy experts, I always go to Jamie. Okay. I always look for him to see what he's doing.
I've never heard of him, so
his report just came out today. He also has Tom Brady in both the standard and PPR as number 2.
Yeah, well, PPR doesn't. It
doesn't really affect the quarterback.
Yeah,
but
points per completion leagues, which are major Bush league, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, he would. But well, I agree with your guy. I'm gonna have to start
what
reading.
do you think, Chris? Here, just to give you an idea, he's got Matt Ryan at 5th overall.
Well, I have like Brady as my third, and I was like really struggling to see which one was going to go second. I think it's going to be very close, but I disagree with Ryan dropping as much as. A lot of media are saying it. They think that they can't duplicate all because of the same stuff you're saying.
I think I can win you guys both over with this. Okay, I'll try, and if I don't, I don't. All right, but in fantasy, sometimes it's really tough to project, and you never know what's going to happen. There could be a quarterback that we have ranked 19th that is QB3 in the league.
That's right.
So I'll put it this way: there's questions about what's going to happen with Matt Ryan this year, whether you guys buy into them or not. There's no questions about Tom Brady.
Here's my question with Tom Brady:
Okay,
age,
right,
and durability.
Fair enough.
That's my biggest problem. I
But
don't
we
know.
have reason to believe
I-
with Matt Ryan. There's no reason to believe Tom Brady's going to go down. We thought about it before last year.
Yeah.
The guy's timeless.
I hate
Avocado ice cream, man.
Got it.
I hate it. I hate it.
Until he leaves the league, he's like the
right.
top.
God damn it, I hate it.
But
Well, all right. So
You know-
did
you
I
know-
win? Or
Yeah, we're going with
so
Tom
we're going Brady. All right.
Do you know where I had Brady? I had him 6th overall.
That doesn't surprise me.
All right. So now we're going to go 3rd overall. And Rodgers and Brady's off the board. Chris, who do you got ranking in at 3rd?
well, then my obvious one is because they were so close. I got to go Ryan.
Yeah.
I know you got it. I see your list. I snuck a peek. So I know you have Ryan a lot lower.
That's okay. Yeah.
But I think the personnel is there. I know you're saying about the O coming in, the offensive coordinator coming in from Alabama.
Yep.
But I just still think that Ryan has the personnel. They have some, they that how close to a Super Bowl. I think that they were. I don't see much drop off. I don't.
It's hard to argue. Yeah.
Listen, I had Matt Ryan 2nd overall.
Right.
I have Cam Newton selected at 3rd right now.
Okay.
Superman. But I'm okay going Matt Ryan.
I think with that.
So I'm again. So I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag here. Matt Ryan is my number 9 quarterback.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who do you
Yeah.
got slated at 3rd? then?
I've got Drew Brees, and I mean, as I said last week, I think with the weapons and everything that Drew Brees has, he plays in a dome, like he plays in real favorable conditions. I actually think the Saints are going to have a great wins and loss year, but either way, that guy, he's unreal. Fantasy wise, especially with the numbers he puts up. I mean, he's almost an automatic 5,000 yard guy. So I have Breeze number 3, but I just led with the whole Matt Ryan thing. Like, I'm not going to agree with you guys for 20 more minutes on Matt Ryan, but look, I'm not going to win all these arguments.
I would still. I mean, now that we're looking at this, and you look at what Cam Newton brings to the table, he's going to rush.
He's hurt.
He's hurt now, but
Yeah.
we're still a month away before the season starts, right?
Okay.
But I mean, Cam Newton still has something to prove. He's got solid wideouts. He's got that new rookie running back we just recently talked about.
Okay.
So he's got weapons around him. Plus, this guy still has the ability to pull the ball down and run for 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Right?
So
Why not? When you look at the biggest thing about Breeze and Brady that I'm going to keep going back to is that age factor.
That's fair.
I would take a younger athlete over one of those guys almost every time.
Cam's been falling off every year, and he's going to continue to. They're trying to turn him into a pocket passer. But you know what? We're getting way ahead of ourselves here. Like I said, I don't agree with you guys, but it's 2-1 here, and we're actually a position lower than you guys both have Matt Ryan. So I'm folding the hand, and we're putting Matt Ryan at number 3.
Is that where we're going? We're going Matt. Nick, I need you to come in here. You're going to play... You're going to play, help us judge in these moments. What are we doing here?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. There we go. All right. Matt Ryan's 3rd.
I'm going back to sleep.
He's got. He's checking his Twitter feed, and the fans are going with.
Good pick, Andy. Good pick.
I'm right.
All right. Let's go to 4th then.
And listen, you guys been talking about Newton, and we're going to get our chance to because I have a few points on Newton that I'd like to counter.
Yeah,
with.
absolutely.
But you know what? How about I'll lead off with the next one is Drew Brees is who I have next.
Okay.
Because
That's number 4?
I do agree with a lot of things you're saying. I think they're going to be a lot better than advertised. I thought about the show when we were talking about where they were going to end up. And I'm thinking, after you look at what they have, I think he's going to have a solid year this year. They really are.
Yeah.
I have both Russell Wilson and Cam Newton ahead of Drew Brees.
Okay. So who's your number 4?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Okay. So I too have Russell Wilson ranked number 4. Okay. I have Drew Brees ranked number 3. So I can't possibly I mean, I have to side with Breeze if that's your pick here.
Yeah,
definitely.
But I'm with you. Like I think Russell Wilson's going to be huge this year. His offensive line sucks, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For him.
Again, he has the ability to run for 500 yards this year.
Well, exactly, and the fact that his running game is going to struggle because of his crappy offensive line only makes him have to be the face even more,
right.
And he can do it. That said, I mean, I got Breeze at number 3, therefore I got to argue for Breeze here.
You're stuck with me with Matt Ryan the same way.
Yeah.
So Drew Brees, I'm getting outnumbered on Drew Brees.
Breeze
are.
Is that what
yeah.
I'm hearing?
Yep.
All right,
Nick?
you're okay. Brees, all right. Drew Brees at number 4.
And I think it's safe to say that
Did he say freeze?
regardless of what Chris has at number 5, he's going to get outnumbered with you and I on Russell Wilson.
Well,
Well,
let's,
I got
let's see
Wilson.
here.
You got Wilson?
Yeah.
Well, then Russell Wilson's the number 5 quarterback.
All right,
I mean, we've
so-
already talked enough about it.
Wilson.
Wilson.
All right, let's go number 6. We got a few more to go here, boys, and it's going to get a little crazy from here.
Who do you got?
So in the 6th spot, this is where I had Tom Brady.
Tom Brady in the 6th spot?
Yeah.
So
for me, Cam Newton's still alive at this point.
Yeah, you're gonna think I'm crazy here. Cam Newton's not on my top 10 list at all. And I've got one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks. There's a little bit of bias here, but I think with the weapons he has, even with his first-round receiver hurt right now, they are so deep at this position. They've got a lot going for them. I have Phillip Rivers at number 6.
Wow. You know, it's funny. I had Phillip Rivers slated in at 9, and I bumped him
And
out.
he fell out?
He fell out, yeah.
Fair enough.
Rivers was my 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
but I love Rivers.
Yeah.
It's hard not, like, if he has a team that can hold together,
Yeah.
that's my only thought.
The problem is
like,
they always fall apart, right?
that's my problem with it.
The buzz on Keenan Allen right now, he's 100%. And like training
He's a
camp
stud.
buzz is training camp buzz, but if he's back at full health and what they have at that position, but anyways, he's not even on Ray's list. He's way down on yours. I'm obviously not getting my way here. So
Yeah.
what do you have at number 6?
I got Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Yeah. I think Derek Carr is going to have a solid year this year. They got some
Yeah.
even more powerful running game. The receiving is going to be great. I think this team's poised to take a big step.
Derek Carr is also not on my top 10.
No, mine either. I've got Winston and Dak Prescott both ahead of Derek Carr.
I'm just saying, like, let me just ask this. So if you're starting a team right now, you're going to choose those other quarterbacks over Carr to be your lead starting.
This is
how I'm
fantasy,
cut-
though.
Well, no,
Fantasy.
but that's But
This
that's
is fantasy
But even
football.
still, like, you're okay. Even fantasy relate the same way. Those are up right now.
Jameson Winston, I'm taking over Derek Carr in fantasy right now.
I am too, yeah.
Yeah.
But that said, it sounds like Newton's the pick here because you had Newton earlier than
Well,
this.
I
And
had him
where do you
early-
have Newton?
I have Newton 2 more down
Okay.
Yeah,
because he just hasn't shown it. He hasn't shown it in a long time, and I think he's
but
right.
he's
He has all those
put
attributes.
he's put up a lot of numbers in the past.
long time ago.
I know that, but he's out. Kelvin Benjamin out.
He was there all year last year. I had him as a receiver.
I know, but listen, he's had a couple tough years, but this guy can put points on the board. And when he's playing football the way he plays football, there's been some changes in the Carolina, format.
McAllister is the only one the only one I see.
He's got 2 healthy receivers
Or
there
McCaffrey,
now.
man. McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Mc-
I still think Cam Newton deserves to be up there. Now let's just have a look here with my buddy Jamie, and no, he does not have Cam Newton in his top 10.
This Jamie guy that I've never heard of,
He's got
he
him
and I
ranked
really
at
see
13.
eye to eye. This
13.
guy. Yeah.
13.
I got to start
Yeah.
reading Jamie. Yeah.
Are you saying his name right?
Yes, I am saying this.
I think then if you're looking at pure, I think to kind of go along with what quarterbacks you're picking, my next one is Dak Preston.
Prescott.
Prescott. Sorry.
Yeah.
Prescott.
Sorry.
Sorry. But I think I had him all last year, and I think he's even going to be better this year.
Well, we got to make a decision here, boys.
I think Derek.
We're
Carr-
running out of time
Derek
here.
Carr is
We
a lot-
gotta focus on fantasy football numbers, guys. Like I would take Derek Carr in 10 seconds to run the Cleveland Browns. I would take any of these guys in 10 seconds
But
to run
not
the
in
Cleveland Browns.
fantasy football. He
But in-
doesn't put the numbers up.
But yeah, and Prescott had an amazing year, but at the end of the day, at fantasy, he was like a QB 16 or so
Yeah.
because.
No, he rated. I think he was like rated 8, wasn't he? I think he was 8 for his first year.
So I'm not sure.
I'm gonna suggest that we go with. Well, let me just throw one more out. Now, keep in mind he's starting the year on the pup list. What about Andrew Luck?
So Luck. So what I tried to do in this, I know I said injured earlier, right? But I'm trying to ignore the fact, like, and Marcus Mariota is an example of like I'm ignoring the fact that I think he's probably going to get injured. Andrew Luck, he's been hurt and he's been hurt. His play has just been deteriorating, and we don't know if it was all injury or not. And they didn't do much to help him. So I have Andrew Luck at number 10 on my list, but most experts have him way higher. Yeah, for sure. So. We're all over the board here.
I'm really leaning. I'm willing to bend on Newton and go with Jameson Winston.
Jameis Winston.
I have him rated lower.
I have Jameis Winston at number 8.
Yeah.
So he's probably the next best thing that I agree with you on.
Yeah.
Where do you have him, Chris?
I have him at number 9.
Number 9. And where do you
I have him at 8. Sorry,
you have him at 8? And where do you have Newton?
Newton, I have him just below number 9.
Number 9. Well, it sounds like Winston.
I
got
think
the
Winston's
number.
the pick. What do you think, Nick?
Okay. I'm on the draft app right now.
He's like Vanna White. Can you flick
All
the
right,
number?
guys, we got to hustle on here now. We're on number 7. So just to kind of recap, we got Rodgers, Brady, Ryan, Breeze, Wilson, and now Winston.
Yep.
And we are now on pick number 7. Andy, let's get you to throw out your pick first.
Yeah, my next highest rated quarterback is who I just mentioned is Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Tons of new weapons. Should be a much better running game. His offensive line is ranked, I think PFF had them in the top 5, if not definitely top 10. So again, I think it's a matter of him staying healthy. You guys know I don't buy into this Titans buzz for wins and losses, but this is fantasy.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go with Mariota. He's my next highest.
Okay, Chris?
I have him at 10, but I do like him a lot. I just see a lot more consistent plays from the other quarterbacks.
Yeah, you're
we
right. There's
mentioned.
no consistency with Mariota yet. Yeah.
But I do see it, and I think that could be a very solid pick. I just think Dak has shown himself showing poise. He beat out Tony Romo. I can't see how Dak isn't up there next.
So Dak is your next highest guy on your list?
Well,
Okay.
Derek Carr was.
Derek Carr.
But those were so close.
Okay.
I'm kind of now that we're talking
So right now
about
it's Carr and Prescott. How do you feel about either of those guys?
Well, I had Prescott at 8, and my buddy Jamie here has him rated at 14th.
Yeah.
That kind of surprises me a little bit, actually. When I looked at the numbers and I looked at the play from last year to projections for this year, I thought Prescott was a good answer there. But from what I'm seeing here and going by my list, I do think Mariota's the next guy in the top 10.
Okay.
I just don't think there's not enough data on it.
Now I will tell you, too, I did have somebody ahead of Mariota on my list, but it's a homer pick.
Okay. Yeah. He's not in my top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Just
him right
letting
down
you
there.
know.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
It's fair enough. I have a homer pick in the running backs. I have a lot of stats to back it up.
All right, so what are we doing here?
So
Well,
just
it sounds-
last challenge on it. So we're gonna. I think it sounds
Okay.
like Mariota
Mariota, yeah.
and Dak, right? Would you say
Yeah.
in between those
It's
two?
between Mariota and Dak, and actually, I would take Carr in fantasy over Dak.
Over Dak, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll say out of the 3 of them. So out of the 3 of them, who's more consistent out of the 3?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm basing it on.
Okay.
That's where I'm. My biggest push on it is like who's going to be most consistent that we know of.
So here's my answer to why consistency might not be the best measure. Carr's coming off of a snapped-in-two leg.
Sure.
And Dak,
Sophomore season.
sophomore season, but Dak, they're a running team, and
runs
and
it.
he wasn't. Yeah, he does, but And if you're saying 8th, like I can't fact check that right now, but I didn't think Dak was one of the better fantasy quarterbacks. I mean, good, solid, but not a QB1. So, yeah, I mean,
I you know what? And again, Chris, I had Dak at 8, but based on what I'm seeing here and based on our conversation, I think Mariota's the pick here.
Well, obviously, if you guys are going to...
Yeah, I think you're just being overruled.
All right, let's go. Let's go Mariota at 8.
Nick, wait, we didn't get Nick.
Or
Mariota.
7.
Mariota's at 7.
You
Yeah.
got no
All
guts.
right.
You got no guts.
All right, we got to power through this, guys.
Come on, let's go. We're at 8. Chris, tell us who you got at 8.
Well, let's
Your
start
next
up.
best guy is Dak or
Carr. Yeah.
All right, Carr. So let's start out with Carr. Who do you go? Who's your next best guy?
Well, this is where my homer pick comes in.
Okay, ignore him,
All
right?
right,
Because
okay, he's
that's
gone.
ridiculous.
All right, Matt, I have an asterisk here.
Okay.
If Kelvin Johnson's back, I'm going Matthew Stafford all the way.
Okay, but what if he's not? Because I don't think he's going to be. Remember, they don't even have the money to pay him. Like, it's going to
Yeah.
be sticky. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So who's your next guy?
I'm out.
You're out?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next guy actually is Cousins.
Yeah.
I like Cousins.
I don't have Carr on my list, as we already mentioned, and I don't have Prescott on my list either. So this is going to be an interesting debate, Chris.
Can I just throw one other name in there?
Yeah.
What about Big Ben?
Yeah, Ben's not on my list either. He
just below.
was just off of it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So we're all over the board here, guys. Yeah. So at this point, like, since we're taking so much time here, it might be difficult. Well, we might have to offline coming up at the end of it here. But basically, the quarterbacks that are on my list that have yet to be listed, I have Cousins at 7. Winston was my guy at 8, and we agreed to him above. Rivers was my guy at 6, and he hasn't been mentioned yet, or we haven't slotted him in yet. Matt Ryan was my number 9, and Andrew Luck is my number 10, based mostly on national buzz. I don't know what to... So that's all I got.
We got 3 picks to make. Let's get this done. Come
All
on.
right.
I say Dak. Like I say, Dak or Carr goes definitely in this.
I'm willing to go Carr here.
All right, let's go Derek Carr. I'm willing to
Okay.
do it.
Nick, Carr.
Carr it is. All
I
right.
love driving cars. All right, number
I was
9.
going to say truck.
Didn't you have Luck somewhere in your list?
Well, no, I didn't have Luck, but when I looked at this list, he's got him on 4th right now.
Where do you have Luck, Chris?
Just at 11.
At 11, okay, and I have him at 10. Do you either of you guys have Cousins or Rivers on your top 10 list? You don't, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So right now, for me,
I could see Cousins definitely go in there though.
Cousins. What do you think of Cousins?
Although he's playing on a contract year.
I'm not real big on the Washington team. We already talked about this.
Yeah,
I gave
yeah.
him 4 wins tops.
Yeah.
I just don't.
But wins don't matter when all you're
I
doing is
know.
chucking it.
That's 100% true. 100% true. But again, I would feel more comfortable. Let me throw one more quarterback out when it comes to fantasy. When
Okay.
you look at his receiving squad, what about Eli?
Eli can get really hot. Actually, I just remembered something. We haven't put Newton on the list yet.
I know that's.
I'm now ready to bend a little bit on Newton just because this has gone
All right.
so far.
I say
Cam
the next
Newton.
one,
Yeah.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
Cam
Cam
Newton.
Newton's number 9.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, number 10.
I mean, number 10 for me, like I had Rivers so high that
I'm willing to go Eli at number 10. Now that I rethink about that,
I'm willing to throw
his
Eli.
new receiver.
and you know he throws the ball. You know he throws. His running back's Paul Perkin. Remember, you don't even know who that guy is.
How do you feel about Prescott? Because Chris has been going Prescott. Do you prefer Prescott over Eli Manning?
Who's going to put the ball in the air more, Prescott or Manning?
Prescott's been
Well,
showing.
Manning is, but who's gonna produce more? It's hard for me not like. I think.
Let me ask you
I
this.
think Rivers will put the ball in the air more than Eli.
Who's going to produce more,
Yeah,
Odell Beckham Jr.
yeah.
or
Dez.
Dez? Who's gonna have the higher numbers as wide receiver this year?
That's a throw up.
That's,
Because whoever you're picking there, that's the quarterback we're going with.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
okay. So you're just
Here's a little twist on it. Who's going to get
I'm
more?
saying when you're talking Eli and Dak.
Who's going to get more touchdowns? Running and throwing in the red zone. I think Cowboys are going to do much better than the Giants.
I mean, Eli hasn't
yeah,
been.
but we need
But
guys
that's going
to
to be
throw
point.
touchdowns.
But that's going to be point or run it in.
Don't
No,
forget.
but he's a trip.
Don't forget you got Odell Beckham Jr. You've got Sterling Shepard, and remember just came over from the Jets.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall,
Who's a touchdown machine. Yeah.
I got to go Eli at number 10.
No way.
To me, I would almost prefer to put Luck here based on the fact that he'll get running yards and end zone touchdowns.
Yeah.
For fantasy, like we both have Luck kind of in the area. We're down at number 10 right now. You pulled Eli out of thin air. He's not on any of our lists.
I did pull it out, but thinking about that, Nick, just based on our conversation real quick, can I get a ruling from the back here real quick? What are your thoughts real quick?
I'm torn.
I
like your argument with all the receivers with Eli.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I do.
Eli it is.
I think if you take a look at those still with Dak of who they got to throw it to,
Yeah.
you got Dez, you got their tight end, you got like
All right.
You don't even know
All
his
right,
name.
I'm still open here. I'm still open.
I'd say we go Luck. To be honest with you,
I do like.
How do you not put Luck in the
I
top
do like-
10?
Yeah, I say we
Yeah,
go
all right.
Luck because the fact that it's between Prescott and Eli, who aren't even on my radar. Yeah,
You talk about consistency, Chris. When you look over the last 5 years of fantasy, Luck's been pretty consistent.
yeah. Let's go Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Who's your sleeper pick, Ray?
My sleeper pick was Mariota, but that doesn't count anymore because we got him at 7. So my sleeper pick is now going to be Eli Manning.
Nice. Okay, my sleeper pick is Carson Wentz.
Nice.
it's in Wentz. Well, I'll go Dak for my sleeper.
Dak. Okay. All right.
Right?
gonna-
Oh, you mean like I picked something that I haven't talked about?
Yeah. No, sleeper's fine. Just, I mean, Dak is, like I say, I'm pretty sure he's a middle of the road quarterback
Oh, okay,
ranking,
okay.
and
So
he's
if I'm,
gonna.
okay, I get you. You know,
Yeah.
I misunderstand what you guys were asking for before.
Yeah.
So if I were to pick a sleeper, I go Tyrod.
Okay. Yeah, I
was
would. I
gonna
think that's a
go
good
with
one.
Tyrod.
Yeah.
I think
That's a good one.
I think
Good one,
Tyrod's
Chris.
a pretty good one. And my bust potential was Andrew Luck.